guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm not Becca, Katie9POK, and today we are going to be doing a how to solder video because obviously I'm super good at soldering if you couldn't tell by my last video. So this is a comprehensive soldering course kit. Now keep in mind when I do a how to solder video, it's how to solder not Becca's way, not how to solder the not burning yourself one. I might have accidentally burned myself in my last video if you haven't seen it. Linked up above, right there. Wait, is that the right corner? It might be the wrong corner. Give me a second. Linked right there, and also right there, and also right there, and I'll also put it in the description just to be super duper repetitive. But yeah, comprehensive soldering course kit. I have no clue what it does. I have no clue what it is. I've never opened it up. It just came in this box that Dad got. So we're gonna do it, and it's gonna be fun. Roll that awesome intro video. Alright, so here is the solder kit up close and personal, at least for you guys. It's kind of far away from me. It's okay, I get to sit cross-legged in an office chair like a good child. So let's read the front real quick before we open the bag, because I feel like being excessive. Give me just a second to drink some water. I should probably not be drinking water. Alright. Comprehensive soldering course kit. This is the most comprehensive This is the most comprehensive home study soldering course available. This professional grade soldering course was designed for schools and individuals. Includes theory, quizzes, PC board, and components for soldering practice. Results in professional soldering skills and a fun blinking LED project. Well, I guess that solves the mystery of what am I making. Okay. This course covers all of the latest tools, techniques, and materials you'll need for through-hole style PC board assembly and repair. When you complete this course, you'll be ready to tackle a wide range of jobs on the bench and in the field. Short, concise lessons cover topics like solders and fluxes, product safety, soldering irons, circuit boards, component handling, and much, much more. Skill level 1, simple, calls for a few basic tools, a soldering iron, which we have, cutters, wire strippers, and a small screwdriver. Let's assume Phillips. Soldering iron's back there, you can't see it. Doesn't require test equipment for final adjustment or tuning. That's good. Alright. A great educational tool. Vectronics high-performance electronic kits filled... Whoa, I can't speak for okay. High-performance electronic kits. Fun to build and use. Alright, let's open her up. Gently, because I feel like being gentle. It's okay. Alright, we got this nice book, and by nice I mean extremely thick. How long? This has got to be like 50 pages. 63. Alright, so I've looked through this book a little bit. I've decided not to read the entire thing to you just because I feel like that would be more boring than informational. It has test quizzes in the back. Turns out I'm not, super great in book learning when it comes to soldering, but I do know that I built a successful soldering kit, so what I teach you here today will work. It just is not going to give you the answers to a quiz. And so we start in the back of the book. Vectronics Solder Course Lab. Parts list. So let's put this off to the side. Pull the other things out of this bag. So we have a board. It's an interesting color. Is this the front? It's like brown. but then it like shines green because the back is green. The back is a really nice green too. That's okay, I can deal with brown. Apparently this does something along the lines of lights. We have a lot of parts. So this is gonna take a lot of time. But time is money, friends. This will be fun. That was weird. Time is money, friends. This will be fun. Maybe that'll be my thing. But are we all friends? Questioning wife. Okay, let's dump out this bag. And do I need a... I found a pen. Do you think anyone's gonna care if I, like, write on this book? It's my book. I'll write on it if I want to write on it. Hello? Okay, let's organize our stuff, then we'll start... Sorry, it clicks. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's really super cool. Okay, so if we look at this, sorry that it's shaking, watch the metal bar that's like dead center. See how it goes in circles? Now if you look really closely, there's a V. It's going to go up the V and then down one side of it, and then it's going to sit in the middle, and it's going to go out and then up. And it's like following this pattern, and that's why it's going in circles, and that's how it clicks. Isn't that really ridiculously cool? Sorry, I had to like take an intermission from doing my kit to show you how absolutely cool that is. Anyway, back to the resistors. Sockets. Chips. Sockets for chips. Sorry. I love sockets, and they're like the best thing since sliced bread, you know? Okay. We have it organized. Now, is this really all that it is? Okay, now we're going to make sure that we have everything. We need one 75 kilo ohm quarter watt resistor that's violet, I hope it's not violent, geez. Violet, green, orange. We're going to do this the intelligent way. Search and pounce. Not even close. No, we're actually going to do this in an intelligent way. Found it. Violet, green, orange. Perfect. And we'll check it off because we have it. Okay, we need 10 kilo ohm quarter watt resistors that are brown, black, orange, gold. Brown, black, orange, gold. 10, and that would be the total number of our brown, black, orange, gold, so we have the proper number of those. Oh, my other check mark was so much better. It's okay. Alright, now we need 11 1 kilo ohm quarter watt resistors, which are brown. They're brown, black, red, and gold. Brown, black, red, gold. So that would be brown, black, red, gold. And that would be the total number of all of our resistors. Now we need one, oh gosh, what's UF? Now this is where the book comes in handy. UF is microfarads? Okay, so we need one microfarad electrolytic capacitor, which would be this guy. I mean, it says 1 UF on it. Looks like an electrolytic capacitor to me. Perfect. Okay. 3 1 microfarad monolithic capacitors, which is these 3. And they say it's 0.1 microfarad monolithic capacitors. And these say different things. How many do I need? I need 3. These are different. But they all say 104, so it all counts. So 104 is 0.1 microfarad. Perfect. This book is coming in handy. Okay, so we have those 3 as well. Now we need 10 2N3904 NPN transistors, which I'm going to assume are these, but we'll check anyway. 2N3904. Perfect. And we need 10 of them. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Alright, we need one 555 8-pin IC. 555? 55.5. That would be this guy, the 8-pin IC. And it does say 555 on it. And it also comes with a socket that I noticed. And then the next thing is a 16-pin IC, which is 4017. That one I also have. I'll put that next to it. 10 red LEDs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have those as well. 1N4148 silicone diode. Is that this guy? 4148. Alright, that would be this guy, because yes, my eyes are good enough that I can read that without glasses on. Making all the OMs jealous. Let's go. Okay, now, check that off. One 9-volt battery clip, that would be this guy. One 8-pin IC socket and one 16-pin IC socket, which would be that one and that one. One DPDT push action switch. DPDT. Nice name. Extremely cool switch. I already showed you a bit about this switch because it's ridiculously cool. And we have that. And then we need 4 inches of nylon wire tie. 5 4-inch nylon wire tie. Is that these? Those look to be about 4 inches long, but I only have 3. I don't have 5. Do I need 5? This is why you check your components, folks. I need 5. I don't know what to do, guys. Help me out here. Ooh, gentle board though. Okay, well we have the board. We have the 30 inches of wire, but I need 5 4-inch nylon wire ties and I only have 3. This was supposed to be comprehensive. Your kit should contain all of the parts listed below. Please go through the parts bag to identify and inventory each item on the checklist before you start building. If any parts are missing or damaged, refer to warranty section of this manual for replacement instructions. Okay. Where are my other 2 zip ties? I guess I'm calling them zip ties and not wire ties. Alright everybody, I am back and better than ever in the not Becca way. And I have a giant thing of zip ties. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna search through and I'm gonna try to find 2 more identical zip ties to the ones that we already have. Let's see if I'm gonna get lucky, because you know, I'm feeling lucky. It's too short. Gosh dang it. They're a lot like squid. Many legs, and also attachment issues. Perfecto. 2 identical zip ties. No one will ever know. Sorry, wait. 2 identical 4-inch nylon wire ties. So, zip ties, done. Now, we can check that off our list and begin to solder. Or solder, as I like to pronounce it incorrectly, just like I went to the garage to get the zip ties, and honestly I was feeling like eating a bagel. Just because it annoys people, and that's kind of my thing. So, let's go to step-by-step assembly instructions. First, a few notes and comments to help you along. Let's not. We'll worry about those when I need them, right? Alright, step 1. Locate a 1 kilo ohm or 1000 ohm resistor, which is brown, black, red. Now if I remember correctly, we have 11 of those. Form the resistor leads as shown above, and install the resistor at location R1. Use parts placement diagram for assistance. Alright, we're going to put our first resistor into R1 right there. Sorry about that glare. Let's bring her closer, her meaning the camera, so you can see what I'm working on a little bit better. And it did say that we should put them all facing the same direction. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put gold facing up, like this. So there's this just going to be facing like that, just to give it a reason. And now it says to make it 4 inches nice and easy. I just have, 4 inches, 0.4 inches. I just kind of guesstimate, and we'll see how well I did. At guesstimation, I'd say I did pretty decently well. If you look at that, nice and easy, bend the resistor legs, make her lay nice and flat, and we will solder it on. Soldering iron is not on. Okay, we will turn the soldering iron on and wait. And 640. Ow! I just poked myself with a resistor lead. Okay, maybe a little bit less kinetic energy. That's art right there that I just did to that resistor lead. I definitely need this how to solder kit apparently. Okay. Fix the resistor lead, sit it down like this. This board right here, this mat, is specifically made to deal with these types of temperatures, so this won't be a problem. The board itself is also made to deal with these type of temperatures. Grab our solder, and then I might want to bring the camera a little closer. Now keep in mind the soldering iron is 640 degrees, so don't burn yourself or others. But what we're going to do is move a lot of obstructions out of the way just to keep her nice and easy. Give us a little bit of space around the board so that if I hit anything, which I'm not going to hit anything, I'm not. Basically, I'm going to move all the things that I might accidentally hit. Then what you're going to do is you're going to put the solder on one side of the wire that you're trying to solder, the solder joint per se. You put the soldering iron on the other side on the metal ring, and it's going to melt. It's going to warm up the metal ring, and then what it's going to do is going to warm up the metal ring that the solder is put on, and then the solder will spread around the metal ring and then connect to the wire, so you end up with a really nice looking solder joint like this one. So you can see it's just sitting on the ring, it's not spreading any further, and it's nice, and I'd say that's pretty perfect. So let's do the second one just the same. I'll put the soldering iron on one side and the solder on the other. This isn't necessary, but if you put the solder and the soldering iron on the same spot, what'll happen is the solder will just go and stick to the iron instead of to the wire, which is not what we want. Give it a good amount of solder. Now there is such thing as too much solder, but it's not going to hurt anything as long as you don't melt any of your joints. So if you look at that, that's quite a glare. You can see nice two good little solder joints. We're going to put our soldering iron back in its heat-approved holder so we don't burn anything. Grab our clippers, and we're going to clip off the legs right at the solder joint. Like so. So we end up with just a little bump instead of a nice long leg. The reason they make these legs so long is for ease of use. Ease of soldering, ease of putting it in. Not because we need to keep them that long. You'll notice with things like sockets, their legs aren't cut. They're just the right perfect length that you don't need to cut them. Alright, so we have done this step, which is finding it and placing it in the right spot, this step, which is soldering it, and this step, which is, you can't see this step, and this step, which is trimming the leads. Now, when it comes to the rest of the resistors, it's going to have a lot less instruction. So you'll notice for the first one, when you're just starting out, it's got a lot of instruction, a lot of helpful notes. You get to the next ones, they're just like install, 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 and so on. Nice and easy, nice and simple. And if you have any questions, you can always go back and look at the instructions for R1. Now the next one we need to do is R2, and R2 is the special one that's violet, green, orange, or the 75 kilo ohm resistor. So put this down and we will repeat the steps that we did before. So we're going to find R2. Now I said I was going to put gold up, so if you look at the resistor, gold is on this side right now. I know it's not focused, but take my word for it. Then we're going to bend the legs, so I like to just put my nail there and push this over. End up with a nice, even, straight bend. And I'm going to do it on the other side with the other nail. Not quite as good at that one. That one always ends up a little bit twisted. Then we're going to make sure that we're positioning it in the right way, so right direction, makes the board look nice. We're going to put it in R2, which is right there underneath R1. Slide it in nice and gentle, don't give it too much pressure, don't push too hard, and once you are satisfied with how it's sitting and how it looks, it's not floating off the board, flip the board over and grab your soldering iron, which should have been sitting in its safe heat, its secure heat safe holder thing, so that you're not burning anything. Then put the solder on one side, soldering iron on the other. I like to put the solder on the left, soldering iron on the right, because I'm right-handed, so the soldering iron is in my right hand. And that is not enough solder. Give that a nice perfect solder joint. I like to hold the solder something like that. I do end up with my hands really close, but I pay attention and I don't burn myself very often, so There's that, and also your perspective is a little bit different than mine. So though it may look like I'm this close to burning my fingers, there's actually a bit of space in between them. Now, once you've soldered, if you look at the tip of the soldering iron, it's not very clean looking. So you're just going to take it, clean it off real quick, and it comes out really super shiny. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but it's really shiny. Now, next step, nice and simple, trim the leads. Alright, we have soldered 2 of the lots of resistors. Let's see. 22. 2 of the 22 resistors, if my math is correct. 10 plus 11 plus 1. We're going to solder the rest of them, and I'll see you on the other side of that. One very important thing to know about kits and boards and soldering in general is always double check, make sure you're putting something in the correct spot, because desoldering is really difficult. At least it is for me. So if you double check before you solder it, you have that extra time to make sure that you didn't do anything wrong, which is never a bad idea. Now you may notice that I am doing the resistors one at a time, which is a fun but not efficient way of doing it. So what I'm going to do now that I have the hang of soldering, and specifically of soldering this kit, is I'm going to look at the next few resistors that I need to do, put them all in place, and then solder them all at once. It'll make things faster. So I need brown, black, orange for R6. Well, they can't all be winners, so that one's in a little crooked, but still works just fine. Alright, I've gotten to the end of the page of resistors I can put on. So if you look at the back, I have 3 sets of resistor legs to solder, and I will do that real quick and tell you how it goes. A lot of the subtle nuances about solder are hard to pick up on camera, but I will attempt to do my best. I'll probably give you a good, 75% effort. No, I'm joking. Alright, soldered all 6 resistor leads. That's a nice angle. So you can see my nice solder, solder beads, I guess they're called. They look really nice. They look nice and uniform, and they're decently flat. They're right about the same level. So now we trim our legs. There we are, some nice gorgeous solder joints. Anyway, there we are, some nice clean solder joints, and we will keep her moving. That's a Wisconsin thing that I just said. I'm sorry, everyone. The thing with soldering is it can be a solitary task. You sitting alone, some good music, at least I'm playing good music, I don't know what you're doing, and just soldering, doing your thing, or you can get a group of friends and do the same kit build at the same time and help each other out, see what happens, get some good chat going. It's like ladies in their knitting clubs. Alright, so I soldered in all of the resistors, and if you look really closely at the board, you can see that the solder joints right here, and
and up there and over there and so on. They're really close to these solder joints in the future that are right there. And I want to make sure that they're not fused. I'm not sure if they should be, but when I was looking at the board before I was soldering them, they were actually like really close to each other, almost as if they were supposed to be fused, but I'm not sure about that because you'd think they would have just connected them. So I'm just going to double check real quick, take a nice lens, like a magnifying glass. I don't know why I said lens. Take a nice magnifying glass, check, make sure none of them are fused. So let's check off the resistors.
You know, that seems like a good place to stop for today. Alright guys, that is part 1 of my How to Solder series, and in this video, I showed you how to solder. In the next videos, I'm going to be completing the kit and showing you guys what it does. So there's going to be a lot of good information coming up. There's a lot of good information that just happened. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It was a blast to edit. Okay, the part where I'm like, oh, sockets, oh, chips, oh, sockets with chips, oh, sorry. Yeah, no, that was like my favorite part. I literally like listened to it 3 times and then I went over and I was like, Dad, guess what? I said this really funny thing on camera. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. It was an absolute blast to film. There is more coming up soon. Stay tuned for part 2.